Responsibility is freedom. For too many years, I lived with a mindset that stole my power. I blamed the economy, my upbringing, my teachers, and even the weather for my shortcomings. I believed that if only circumstances were different, if only luck had smiled on me, then I could succeed. And for a long time, I felt trapped, like life was something happening to me rather than something I could shape. Then one day, a truth hit me with quiet force. The moment you accept full responsibility for your life, something shifts inside you. Responsibility isn't a burden, it is the very gateway to freedom. When you stop blaming others, you stop waiting for permission, and you stop standing in line for opportunities that may never come. You begin to see that the power to change, to grow, to succeed has always been inside you. Think about it. When you point a finger at someone else, 3 fingers point back at you. Blaming is an illusion of control. The real control, the real power comes when you own your decisions, your habits, your mistakes, and your triumphs. The truth is uncomfortable at first. It forces you to look in the mirror and admit, I am responsible for the life I am living. That discomfort, that is growth knocking at your door. And here's the beauty of it. Responsibility gives you choices. If you blame others, you are trapped, a passenger in your own life. But when you take responsibility, you become the driver. You can steer your life in any direction you choose. You can learn, you can adapt, and you can transform your world. Every setback becomes a lesson. Every mistake becomes a step forward. Freedom is not in avoiding mistakes, it's in taking responsibility for them and using them to fuel your progress. I learned this the hard way. I remember a period in my life when I blamed my job, my finances, and even my friends for my frustration. I was angry, defeated, and stuck. One morning, I simply decided to stop blaming. I wrote down every area of my life I was unhappy with and asked one question: what part of this is mine to change? The answer was liberating. I realized that I had the power to choose, to act, to grow, and slowly, life began to respond. When you embrace responsibility, you stop waiting for miracles. You start creating them. Time is your most valuable asset. Time is one thing we all have in equal measure, yet it is the one resource we most often squander. Every day, we are given 24 hours, no more, no less, and we spend them in ways that rarely reflect their value. We scroll through social media, dwell on the past, worry about the future, or entertain distractions that do not move us forward. And yet, this finite resource is the very foundation of everything we will ever achieve. Think about it. The richest person in the world cannot buy more hours in a day. The healthiest cannot pause time to live longer. Each day wasted is a lost opportunity, an investment that cannot be reclaimed. And the truth is, it doesn't matter how talented, educated, or fortunate you are, if you don't respect time, you will never reach your potential. But here's the exciting part. When you begin to treat time as the treasure it is, everything changes. You start asking yourself, is this the best use of my hours? You start investing in actions that compound over years, learning, growing, building relationships, improving health, and creating value. 10 minutes spent reading daily may seem small, but over 10 years, it could make the difference between mediocrity and mastery. 1 hour spent learning a skill today could become the foundation for your dream career tomorrow. I have lived this lesson in real time. Early in my career, I wasted countless hours waiting for the right moment, for the perfect opportunity, for motivation to strike. Nothing happened, nothing. It was only when I began treating every minute as precious, when I began guarding my time as fiercely as my finances, that I started seeing results. Suddenly, mornings became powerful, afternoons productive, and evenings meaningful. Every day became an opportunity to move closer to my dreams. Time, when respected, transforms from a simple measure of hours into a catalyst for growth. It rewards consistency, focus, and deliberate action. And the deeper truth, wasting time is worse than failure, because failure at least teaches you something. Time wasted teaches nothing. Once gone, it is gone forever, leaving only regret for company. Invest in yourself daily. One of the hardest lessons I learned took nearly a decade to understand. The greatest investment you can ever make is in yourself. Not in stocks, not in real estate, not in trendy gadgets or fleeting comforts. The investment that pays the highest returns is your knowledge, your skills, your health, and your mindset. And yet, most of us spend our lives trying to invest in everything else, chasing things that lose value over time while neglecting the one asset that can truly change our world, ourselves. When I was younger, I assumed that success would come to me if I just waited for the right circumstances. I thought education ended when school ended and that learning was only about degrees or certifications. I was wrong. Life doesn't hand out success certificates. It rewards those who grow, evolve, and refuse to settle for mediocrity. Every hour you spend reading, every skill you master, every moment you dedicate to improving your mind or body is a deposit into your future. And compounding interest works just as powerfully in your personal development as it does in money. Imagine dedicating 30 minutes every day to learning something new, 30 minutes to strengthen your body, 30 minutes to reflect, plan, or grow emotionally. Over a year, that's hundreds of hours of growth. Over 10 years, it transforms you into someone entirely different from the person who merely hoped for change. The people who achieve the life they dream of are not lucky. They are prepared. They invested in themselves long before opportunity knocked. And when it came, they were ready to seize it. I remember a time when I ignored this principle. I thought working hard at my job was enough. I spent my days performing, not improving. I was busy, yet I was not growing. My skills stagnated. My mind became complacent, and my confidence wavered. The turning point came when I committed to daily growth, reading, learning from mentors, attending seminars, reflecting on my experiences. Slowly, I became sharper, wiser, and more capable. The results were not overnight, they never are. But the compounding effect over months and years was undeniable. Investing in yourself is not always glamorous. It's often quiet, unseen, and requires patience. But it is also the most reliable path to success, fulfillment, and independence. Every small effort you make to improve yourself today becomes the foundation for tomorrow's achievements. Surround yourself with excellence. The second lesson that transformed my life is simple yet profound. The people you surround yourself with shape the life you live. If you spend your time with negativity, complacency, or excuses, your potential diminishes. If you spend your time with people who are ambitious, positive, and committed to growth, you are lifted, challenged, and inspired. Your circle determines your trajectory more than your talent, more than your education, and often more than your luck. I wasted years trying to fit in with people whose mindset was limited. They were smart, they were friendly, but their vision never extended beyond the immediate. Their conversations revolved around complaints and excuses. I didn't see it at the time, but I was being pulled down by their energy, their attitudes, their expectations. Slowly, I realized that my environment was influencing my results far more than my intentions ever could. Excellence is contagious. If you spend time with people who value discipline, learning, and growth, you begin to adopt their habits. Their energy, their mindset, and their standards become yours. This doesn't mean you abandon your friends or family. It means you choose wisely where you invest your time and attention. Seek mentors who have achieved what you aspire to. Connect with peers who challenge you. Distance yourself from negativity that clouds your judgment or saps your motivation. I remember the first time I consciously applied this lesson. I started attending events with driven, like-minded individuals, reading books recommended by high achievers, and surrounding myself with people who were better than me in areas I wanted to grow. Within months, my thinking shifted, my confidence grew, opportunities appeared that had never existed before. The people around you either drag you backward or propel you forward. There is no middle ground. If you want to change your life, start with your circle. Examine who you spend your time with. Are they helping you become the person you dream to be, or are they holding you back without you even realizing it? The sooner you surround yourself with excellence, the sooner your growth accelerates. Excellence doesn't just teach you new skills, it inspires you to become a better version of yourself every single day. Discipline over motivation. For years, I chased motivation. I thought that if I could just feel inspired, if I could just wake up with energy and enthusiasm, then I would finally take the steps that mattered. But here's the truth. Motivation is fleeting. It comes in waves, and more often than not, it vanishes when you need it most. I learned, sometimes painfully, that relying on motivation is like trying to row a boat with one oar. You move, but slowly and unevenly, at the mercy of the current. Discipline, on the other hand, is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Discipline is showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's doing the work when it's hard, when it's inconvenient, when every part of you wants to quit. Discipline isn't glamorous. It doesn't provide instant gratification, but it is reliable, consistent, and unstoppable. I remember a period in my life when I committed to waking up an hour earlier every morning to invest in myself, reading, reflecting, and planning my day. Some mornings I wanted nothing more than to stay in bed, to sleep, to avoid the discomfort. but discipline forced me to rise anyway. Over time, those small, seemingly insignificant actions compounded. My focus improved, my skills sharpened, and my confidence grew. Motivation might have sparked the initial idea, but discipline carried me through to real results. The reality is simple. Anyone can be motivated for a day, a week, or even a month, but only those who embrace discipline, who commit to showing up consistently, achieve lasting success. Discipline is not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. It's about building habits that move you forward, regardless of how you feel. And the sooner you master this, the sooner you see the life you dream about manifesting before your eyes. Embrace failure as a teacher. The final lesson I want to share is one of the most powerful, and yet the one most of us resist. Failure is not your enemy. For years, I feared failure. I avoided risks, stayed in my comfort zone, and played it safe. And yet, even in my attempts to avoid failure, life found ways to teach me lessons through mistakes, setbacks, and disappointments. The turning point came when I stopped seeing failure as a reflection of my worth and began seeing it as a teacher, a guide, and a stepping stone toward growth. Every failure carries a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to adjust, and to improve. The most successful people in the world are not those who never fail. They are the ones who fail, reflect, learn, and keep moving forward. Failure sharpens your judgment, strengthens your character, and forces you to adapt in ways that success never can. I remember a major project early in my career that ended in complete failure. I had invested time, effort, and hope, only to watch it collapse. At first, I felt devastated. I questioned myself, my decisions, my abilities, but then I asked one simple question: what can I learn from this? That question changed everything. The lessons I discovered from that failure became the foundation for later successes. What once seemed like a disaster became the catalyst for growth, innovation, and resilience. When you embrace failure, you remove fear from the equation. You begin to see every challenge as a chance to improve. Every obstacle becomes a teacher, and over time, the accumulation of these lessons transforms you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever imagined. So here's the truth I want you to take with you today. Life's most powerful lessons are not easy, but they are simple. Responsibility gives you freedom. Time is your most precious asset. Investing in yourself compounds into success. Surrounding yourself with excellence accelerates your growth. Discipline carries you through when motivation fades, and failure, it is not your enemy. It is the roadmap to mastery. 10 years of learning these lessons taught me that there are no shortcuts. There is no magic formula. The path to a meaningful, fulfilled life is built step by step, day by day, choice by choice. And the moment you embrace these principles, act on them, and let them guide your decisions, you will see change. You will see progress. You will see the life you once dreamed of start to unfold before your eyes. Remember this: greatness is not reserved for the lucky. It is reserved for those who are willing to take responsibility, invest in themselves, surround themselves with excellence, act with discipline, and embrace failure as a teacher. Start today. Start now. Your future is waiting, and it will be shaped by the choices you make in this very moment.